There we go. What's up,
Sounded like Mr. Lloyd. There you go.
domination? There you go, Lachelle. Is you sleep? Is you back there?
So,
Thank you so much, Jennifer. You are amazing.
yes, we are appreciative of our engineer for today. Good morning, Tava Nation. Now,
What's up?
you didn't know who was going to show up today, so you need to tag, share, get some people on here because we have some exciting stuff. We're just going to have some talk, some real talk, not just about products though. Dr. Nicole doesn't just only know about products because Dr. Nicole is over here doing the business just like Krishan Peace out here, and we are going to talk to you and link those things together. So what's up?
Awesome. Hey, Miss Shelly Fenton. Welcome. Get your teams on the call. Tag some people. Let's get this call. So I'm so excited to be here. First of all, thank you, Dr. Bramwell, for inviting me to your training this morning.
Oh,
Listen,
I thought you invited me.
Oh, well, we invited. Well, you know what? That's how strong we are over here at Tava. That's just how strong we are at Tava. Good morning, Takora. Good morning, Tam. It is so good to see y'all this Saturday morning. Welcome.
Yes.
Charles. Hey, Tava Nation.
Hey,
Hey, Miss Brenda. Welcome. All right. I see y'all chiming in this morning. It's a beautiful thing. Yes.
Tell us where you're chiming in from. Hey, Misha.
Hi, Misha.
Is on here. She is on top of her business.
Yes, she is.
Hello.
She's loyal. She is loyal to Tava. I always see her pop in. Facebook user. Where you from, Facebook user? When y'all know y'all Facebook user, y'all got to put like a hyphen and then put your name so we'll know who you are.
Yes.
New Orleans.
All right.
I need to get there. I've never been on Bourbon Street.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. I used to pick my medical conferences and go to the ones that were in New Orleans.
I would too. So Dr. Brownwell, like a year ago, I had to get my fibroids removed, which is usually shocking to people because I'll be 43 in 2 weeks. Mm-hmm. But I don't know what happened. Like during the pandemic, they never bothered me. They were like the size of a dime at first, my doctor said. Mm-hmm. But after the pandemic, I had got COVID originally in March of 2020. So I had the first strain, whatever it was. But after I healed from COVID, my doctor wanted to see me to take some blood for antibodies or something like that. Something for COVID because I fought COVID.
Right.
And it was like, during that time, I guess it was amazing to fight COVID. Like you were like a survivor. Absolutely. So she said, I need to come take your blood or what have you. And when I came in, there was something going on with my blood. It was very, very low. It was like a 4. And she said, how did you get here?
Exactly.
And I said, I drove. She said, I am surprised you aren't laid out in the parking lot. And I was like, what? I said, she said, do you ever feel tired? Do you ever feel like really tired? I said, yeah, sometimes I could walk up a flight of stairs and just feel like I worked out for 2 hours. So she said, I'm very concerned about your blood. I want to check on your fibroids or what have you. She called me a few days later and she said, your fibroids went from the size of a dime to the size of a grapefruit, and you have more of them.
Wow.
So I went in and, it's a process and you got to get all this blood work and tests and everything. Yes. And she said, I can't do anything until we level out your blood. And so she put me on some blood, like something for anemic. They were like little black iron pills, like. Mm-hmm. But I already suffered from IBS where I wasn't regular. So that made it so much worse.
Yes, absolutely.
So
those things were not moving through you. Your body wasn't even absorbing those iron pills. So they're just getting stuck.
They were just getting stuck. And it made it bad. So
Yeah.
I took in our Valet 30 and I asked her if I could do this. And she said, take it twice a day, a shot for 30 days, and we'll retest you and we'll see. When
Mm-hmm.
I went back from a 4, I was like 11 point something.
Oh my gosh. That is
So
awesome.
why did that? Why?
Okay. You know I love this. I'm just getting so excited. I got chills ready to talk about this. So, and people hear me talk about it, but they're going to hear it in a different way because they just heard your story, which is what you should be doing when somebody's talking to you, when you talk about how can I talk to somebody about my products? Well, what happened is she got the 95% absorption of iron. And I don't know if you all remember where I say the iron comes from, but the iron comes from the super fruits, the 8 super fruits that are in the Valet 30. That's where the iron is. Okay. And so she got that and it was being absorbed because our products are plant based, which already increases the absorption. And then also because it's coming from those super fruits, they're just being absorbed because it's liquid. It's liquid and it's concentrated. And this is all she had to do two times a day in order to, because she was actually deficient. Now you need to do that with your doctor. You heard her. She talked to her doctor about that and she showed her doctor the ingredients that are in the Valet 30. That's also how you talk about your business, because somebody wants to know, another doctor wants to know how to help more patients. And there are lots of ladies walking around with fibroids with, unfortunately, a hemoglobin of 6, 4, 5, because they've been losing blood. The other thing that helped you is the high doses of B complex vitamins in here, because you need B vitamins to have healthy red blood cells, which is what helps with your blood being low or high, right? So you got that banger, and that's really quick to be corrected like that much, that many points. You can't imagine. It doesn't just move up like linearly. That was an exponential increase in your body producing those red blood cells. So that's phenomenal. That's the
Yeah.
Valet 30 in operation right there.
Yeah. And it was so amazing because well, let me be clear. I also detoxed because I understood that, because she kept saying, well, you need a stool softener. You need to release your body from everything before you start on that vitamin. I'm like, oh, I got something to release. So I combined them. I detoxed every other day for 30 days and I lost 17 pounds that I didn't even know I had.
Right. Isn't that scary? Isn't that scary that you're carrying that around in your body? And guess
Yes.
what was inside that 17 pounds?
Waste.
Waste and those iron pills you were taking.
Yes. That was not breaking
And they were
down.
probably right in the same form that they were when you took them.
Wow.
Because
Wow.
if you were taking iron consistently like that and your body was actually absorbing it, right, your numbers should have increased before you started taking the Valet 30. That didn't happen.
It didn't happen. And so
So,
she was able to do the surgery and she told me, she said, now I can do the surgery because you're good. And we did the surgery. And before I went down, she said, I do have people on standby in case we have to give you an emergency blood transfusion. That
yes.
was so scary. And
It
then
is.
that was the first thing I said when I woke. I remember counting backwards and then I was out like a light. And then I woke up and I was like, the first thing I said, did I have to get a blood transfusion? She said, your blood was perfect. So when
Awesome.
she gave me my pain medicine, because of course I needed pain pills because it was a surgery. But what she wrote on the bottom of my prescription, continue taking liquid vitamin. It's been almost 2 years.
Wow. That's pretty powerful. That's pretty powerful. So that is a really big deal, and I don't know. I think many people have experienced this, and because they see me and Dr. Grace and Dr. Cheryl come on, they think that all doctors will jump on this. They don't know. They don't know how valuable this is because they have been offered so many things coming by. So you have to come, and guess what you have to do? Don't vomit stuff all over them. They can read. You need to share your story. You share your story and talk about share Krishan's story and tell them that story. Then give them a sample, just like you would anybody else, because they are people too and they want to be healthy as well. So Krishan, tell them the value of this.
So this is so valuable. It's amazing. Not to mention having fibroids, it was causing my hair. I don't know what it was, and maybe you could tell us about it, but it was causing my hair to fall out in clumps, like when you wash your hair and it was just coming out in clumps. And then I had like a bald spot in the middle. So I used to wear my hair really short. But you guys see now my hair has grown almost 22 inches. It was very short. So this whole ponytail has grown in
It was
almost 2 years
right.
on this product. So what I do is, because I want people to try it so bad, I keep these samples in my purse and I sell these 5 for $25.
Okay.
And you can get 5 of these. You try them for 5 days, and I tell people just try it for 5 to 10 days. And you're really like, after day one, you're going to notice something. You're going to notice that your energy is up and things like that. But after like 10 or 15 days, you'll notice things like your nails becoming stronger, your skin clearing up, just more energy, using the bathroom regularly. Because yes, I had IBS, but I mean, I'm not a doctor. I don't want to self-diagnose myself, but I will tell you I am regular now, which was for since I was 14, I've never been regular. And,
Wow.
and I don't know if it was because I always tell people maybe it's because I had my first baby at 15 and maybe he pushed something around in there, but I've never been regular since I was pregnant with him. But 5 for $25. Now, what's cool about these little packets is I keep them in my purse. You could keep them in your gym bag, your work bag. Like, I always have samples available. And what happens is, majority of the time, when people purchase this 5 for $25, Dr. Brownwell, they come back and they want the 30-day supply. So that's how they become a customer. Sometimes you don't get customers right away to click your link or go to your website. But if you have these available, I promise you for $25, they try them. And so this is a good way for you to not only be healthy, but for you to make some money. And I know you keep these and you sell these, Dr. Bramwell, and you make
Ma'am.
money selling these. I think these are like the best thing ever that they came out with was the valet to go.
Yes, you know it. We were waiting for these, and that's so important. So something that a little known history fact is that I had fibroids as well, and I had a long time of issues and what have you. And unfortunately, Tava wasn't around. And I'm also older than you, so that's an issue right there. But so that went on for a long time, so I didn't have that advantage, so I really had to deal with that. um but the Valet 30, now I can help other ladies, because really that blood loss thing is a serious thing, and cleaning out your system with the detox is a serious thing. And I have never used a detox product ever before Tava. And it's just because there were so many things that you had to do. You didn't know if it was going to work, just all that type of stuff. And I really didn't want to have to worry about that. So that's really simple. This is magic right here, being able to do this and then clean out your system. And why that's important, and why it's important to what Krishan said about IBS and giving people samples so that they can see that it works, is that she decreased her inflammation. So not only did she move that waste out, but that chamomile and that papaya in there are decreasing the inflammation in your body so that your body can actually correct itself. But what you might see sometimes is that you might feel a little bit worse initially, because now you're trying to correct many, many years of whatever was going on before, whether poor eating, any health problems, any medications you're on, stress, right? Stress is like the root of everything, all these illnesses, and definitely of increasing inflammation. So decreasing that with clearing out your system, not to mention also all the impurities in our air, outside. I don't even want to venture to think everything that's out there, because that's not how the earth was created, right? Like, all that stuff wasn't there before. And even a couple of just one generation ago, that stuff wasn't out there, right? So now we have all of those things bombarding our bodies. We got to clear it out. This is the way to do it. Your body can't handle all of that stuff on its own, because it's more than I think it was intended to handle. And so this is really a good way to keep your body in check, and do this periodically. So I definitely advocate for the Vasia Detox Tea. It works. I don't have to worry about it. Somebody talking to me about something else, some other kind of tea, some other kind of drink. I don't even, this is me. Because I know that this works, and I know that it works. It's immediate. It's immediate gratification, right? So gratification and working. And then you're going to put, now your body's ready to receive.
That
Not only
part.
replenish though. So yes, we say replenish because you do lose some of that, some of your good stuff, but not enough to like put you over the edge. Okay. And then you're going to replenish, and you're going to create a better foundation, because that's what Krishan was talking about. Being consistent, taking it every day, so that your body consistently can turn over and have now good stuff in place of what was going in before. And it takes a good 90 days. Listen to me. A good 90 days, because that's actually how long your blood cells stay alive, 60 to 90 days. When that turnover is happening, those cells in your body turning over, that's how long it takes to undo and replace what was going on before. All right. Not that you're not going to feel better before then, because you certainly are. People are feeling better in 1 to 2 days of taking, this Valet 30. And I love that, because that's immediate gratification. And that's what people are looking for. Unfortunately, we want stuff to happen fast. We're so used to everything, our computer comes up in a few seconds. If it takes 2 seconds longer than it usually does, we're like, what's taking so long? Right. So same thing when we're doing something, we want it to happen fast, but that's probably because you feel bad. You feel bad, you're not feeling well, right? And so you
That's
want to
good.
feel better. That you want to feel better? Here you go. Here you go. That,
And
and
I
we're going to
know,
talk about something else too that helps too.
like I know on Monday, I told you I ate a little too much. And since I've been on the products for the past couple of years, like these products, it'll tell your body what. So a lot of people say, "Oh, you lost those 17 pounds, but you look smaller." Well, what was happening was I was shrinking in my waist area. Like I was actually losing. I didn't lose any more weight than the 17 pounds, but I'm losing a lot of inches, right? So I pigged out on Monday, Labor Day. I'ma just be honest. We having girl talk, right? I can just talk
Right.
to my doctor right now,
Yeah.
right?
Yes.
So I I ate too much, and I could literally feel the stretch. And now, even right now, I'm so bloated. Although I detoxed 3 times this week, I'm still kind of bloated. But when I tell you, my body told me everything. I don't know if y'all listen to your body. I always hear doctors say, you got to listen to your body. Y'all like that. Y'all like saying that, right? But we like, how you listen to your body, Baby, when I woke up on Tuesday, my body told me everything. Bones were hurting. My
Wow.
stomach was stressed and stretched. I didn't feel good. I had a headache. I was sluggish. I didn't feel like working. Like all of these elements, I've been used to getting up, making my videos, take my Valet 30. Monday, Tuesday, I woke up like I didn't
Yep.
want to do nothing. Absolutely nothing. And the first thing that popped in my mind was listen to your body. My
Yes.
body had told me everything I needed to know. Like, sis, detox. Get up and exercise. Drink some water. Take your vitamins. Like my body was speaking to me.
Yes.
What happens? Like, how do your body know? Like, how did that happen?
So remember, we talk about the toxins, right? This is cool. I didn't even anticipate that, but the toxins, just like outside. So you hadn't been eating like that for 2 to 3 years. Now you go and eat like that, your body is treating that like that is a foreign agent. It is a toxin. It is something coming in there to try and beat you up and defeat you. That's your enemy. And your body now is like revolting. And it's like, I don't know what you did. That wasn't good. We can't even wait to break this stuff down to start breaking it down to create the toxins. That whole thing that you did was a toxin. It was a toxic event, right? And so now your body's like, you better get back to it, girlfriend. Sis, you need to detox and make sure that your vitamin is going in, and then also your flare. You know, I always say this, people go to sleep on that flare. They go to sleep on that flare. And I've been calling, remember it was a different name before. And I used to call it a plus, plus, plus because it just has so much more. It's not just energy, although energy is extremely important, but it's got stuff in there. It's got probiotics in it, which are keeping your gut in balance, right? Helps your gut to be balanced. That's the good bacteria because you have bacteria in your gut, but it can be good and it can be bad. When you're not eating well and you're feeling like that and you got IBS that's active and inflamed and your gut is inflamed, your bacteria is not good. When you take that flare, it's putting the good bacteria in there, but the bacteria does some other stuff. 95% of your serotonin, you guys hear me talk about serotonin. Serotonin is that we call it a neurotransmitter. It's basically a substance that is your happy substance without taking something crazy to be happy. All right. That's what, and 95% of your serotonin is produced in your gut, your second brain, in your gut. Remember, I told you it's your happy hormone. Neurotransmitter in your body, in your brain, right? The brain and the gut actually are connected. And you all have heard Dr. Grace say that they actually originate from the same thing during development.
Mm-hmm.
That's no joke. So that means the function is similar. The brain is making the rest of the body function, and the gut is getting everything that the body needs to the rest of the body so that it can function optimally, right? So
Wow.
those probiotics are producing that serotonin. So the better state that your gut is in and it has the good bacteria, the happier you'll be and the more that you will actually make better choices about eating. So that's how come we have people start on the products, on the system of products, right? Because they're a system and they're locked together to make stuff happen. That's how come we see people start. They didn't make any changes in their diet before, but they start on the products. They start feeling better. Their body starts getting back into better balance and start being optimized. Now you're going to make better choices on your own because your body is actually asking you for better stuff. It's not asking you for chips. It's not asking you for cookies. It's not asking you for candy. It's asking, hey, where's the tangerine? Where's the lettuce? Where's the spinach? You didn't give me anything green lately. Where is that? It's going to ask you for that. And then that gradually moves you into your body changing. If you need to release
Mm-hmm.
weight, then it's going to help you release weight. If it needs you to tone and get your skin better and get your nails growing properly so that they're not all splitting and doing all that kind of stuff, that's what's going to happen.
So they all work together. So the Valet 30 works with the detox tea is first because you gotta flush everything,
Clean it out. Clean it
clean it
out.
out.
Stop
Then
coming
your
in your
Valet
head.
30, and then these two together is like a powerhouse. Like it is an explosion. And
Yes.
I sell these little packets that we have. I sell these because you get four in there, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen.
So that's
So
4 days
I sell
worth.
this little packet right here between $20 and $25. And you get seven of them in a box, right? For your retail price. Now, what's really cool about this is that it's not available to your customers. Being a distributor with Tava, you actually get a benefit of being able to get these, right? So what's really cool about these flare packets, you get four, you could throw them in your purse, your gym bag, your work bag, your suitcase, your computer bag. But I make money off of this because for what we get them for, and I sell them for $25 each, I
Mm-hmm.
make like $175 off that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's money in your pocket. And now you've given something, this is valuable. So this is another place, this is where it gets tricky, where people are working on their business and you think that they are doing you a favor by taking your product. Uh-uh.
Mm.
You are bringing them a gift, a present to help them be better long term. This is something, their body. If you don't have your body, that's your transportation. That's the only vehicle you have. If you don't take care of that, so you're giving everyone a gift. So stop, sis and bruh. Don't go with that. Oh, can you? And maybe you could. No. Hey, you need to take this because this is gonna, all that stuff you were telling me the other day about how you feel and you don't feel well or whatever. You need to get started on this, sis. You need to get on this, bruh. You trying to get, you got a beer belly, and that's just a term. That doesn't mean that you're drinking beer to get it, because there are lots of other things like cookies, cakes, ice cream, rice, pasta, bread. All of that's making that beer belly. Okay.
Yeah, and it can make you feel like bad, like I had, well, this morning I had a half of a cinnamon bun in my coffee. But why do doctors say, I know, but I'm just being transparent with y'all.
I got it.
Why do I get, if you're gonna have that donut, don't have it later in the day. You better have it earlier in the day. So if I eat something like that, do have it earlier in the day. Something about, because you run your energy. Like why is that? Like why you want to have a sweet? Like why do people say that? Or I hear fitness instructors say it. I'm like, why do I need to eat it in the morning?
First of all, you don't need to eat it. Let's start
At
there.
all?
At all. And
Okay.
then it doesn't really matter. I really don't pay attention to that time thing so
Okay.
much. That's really a myth. Because they used to say you go to sleep on it or whatever. If you're eating something that's not good for you, let me tell you something. That half of a cinnamon, people think that they can just go do like maybe just an hour on the treadmill and they're going to work that off. No,
That's what I was just
it's
thinking.
like 200 crunches or something in order to get enough energy burned off in order to burn off that half or whole cinnamon bun. So it's way extreme when you see the numbers of that. So, and then that's the other thing. What you eat and what you put into your body is paramount. So this is even more valuable than the exercise. Now, exercise has value. Don't get me wrong, but what's going in, how much of it's going in, and how often you're doing that has a bigger impact. Like 80% of your body changing and being what it needs to be is what's going in.
Did y'all write that down? That is so good. See, you got to be honest with your doctors. You can't lie. You got to tell them what you're really doing, because when
They
something
already
happens,
know.
they
They
already know.
already know. They're looking
So,
at your body and they're looking at your blood work. They already know. You could say whatever you say out of your mouth. They already know. So stop fooling
Dr.
around.
Tolliver, what? I got to go walk 2 miles to get that half a Cinnabon? I'm about
So,
to go throw the whole thing in the trash.
but let me rescue you from that, from feeling, bad, because we don't have to feel bad, because it's not about being deprived like that. So the thing is to, for most of the time, eat well,
Mm-hmm.
put good stuff into your body, right? We didn't talk about this yet, but put good stuff, because this happens to be good. Uh,
Yes.
Coming from a non-coffee drinker, but my husband said I can't say that anymore. But anyway,
And
putting good stuff in the majority of the time will put you in a way better position, even if you go off for like one meal or you have a half a Cinnabon, but you are eating well the majority of your time. So that's not going to have as large of an impact on you unless you get consistent about eating a Cinnabon every day. And then now we're decreasing your consistency of doing the good stuff, right?
mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you can't, first of all, exercise cannot outrun a bad diet.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, yes, pun was intended. You cannot outrun a bad diet.
Yeah.
Um, Okay, and you got to be putting good stuff in, and unfortunately it's not only going to come from your food. Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, the environment's so much different. Our soil is different. Even if things are grown organically, guess what? They're still using the same air. Like, we can't do anything about that. That's the air that's outside. The soil
Yeah.
is the same. So we have to put stuff in. And the amount of stress that we're under these days, in this generation, this time, is way more. Well, maybe for some populations, but anyway, we won't get into that.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean. We have
Yeah.
so much rush and hurry and what have you, and life wasn't like that before. And so that increases bad stuff happening to your body because you're stressed, and then that just makes other things start breaking down. But if you fortify your body with good stuff, and it's actually going in and it's being absorbed, and your body is now changing, then you're going to be in such a better state, and you're going to have that happy serotonin going around. So
Yeah, I call it the happy pill. That's what I
yes,
actually call it. I didn't even know that. So I learned something today, but I noticed that it does make me feel really good when I take my flare. But let me tell ladies, we just having conversation, right? So sorry guys. I'm sorry, Jack, but I have to say this
we
because
got something for the guys too, especially in
it's
the flare too. Yeah,
yeah, it's so real. Is that ever since I've been taking the flare, like you said, it was called something else, but it was the plus, plus, plus for sure. But in 3 years, I have not had a yeast infection
woo.
in almost 3 years.
And why
But
do you think that is?
I don't know, but I know that I was someone that was very sensitive there, and I would just get them. It was to the point I didn't even call my doctor no more when I recognized it. I would just be like, okay, I already know what to do in this situation because I was getting them so frequent that I hated it. It was so uncomfortable, and it will always come around my menstrual cycle time. Like every 3 to 6 months, I would get them. But since I've been taking this, why? Tell me why? Like why?
That's about balance. That's also about balance. And so let's bring the guys in. Let's bring the guys in about this. So everyone, if you have, like, even under your arms, if you're overweight and you have underarm and that place gets moist and whatnot, then you can actually have yeast grow on your skin and what have you. But the probiotics now, because when you have bad bacteria, and that bad bacteria actually is not really supposed to be there, not only do you have bad bacteria, but you also have yeast kind of take over. It's taking over, it's out of balance, and so now it's more than it should be, and then that causes a problem. All right, so that can happen on your skin, that can happen other places on your body, and it can happen to men as well as women.
Mm,
Okay. And even talking about the private area, your thighs come together, things kind of smush together again in those areas. If it's out of balance, then so the probiotic is now putting the gut in good balance so that the bacteria is what it should be, and then you don't have that overtaking of and of course it's not just in the gut, right? Because the gut is the second brain taking care of the rest of the body. So now
mm,
everything is in better balance because you've got that good bacteria, those probiotics coming in. And there are 7 strains of probiotics in there. Usually when you take stuff, there's like only 1 or 2. We got it covered. We covered the gamut of the
wow.
of the probiotics. And so 7 strains of probiotics in there, but you gotta be consistent. Don't take it twice 2 days or take it for 2 weeks and then say, you might even say I'm better, and then you stop taking it, and then you're like, oh, this doesn't work. They get me hooked on these products because they made that stuff come back on me even worse. No, you just went back to what you were doing, and you weren't getting the help that you needed to keep the balance in your body. All right, so
Mm.
we got to be consistent when we start taking something that we know is helping us. Why would you do that? um you know your body, like that, like I said, that's your only vehicle. As far as you got to take care of this one unit the best that you can, because that's what you have for your life, and that's up to you what kind of life and how long, kind of, what it's going to be. You got to take care of it. You got to do your best to take care of your body and your temple, and
Yeah,
this
because you
and
only get one body in one
yeah,
life.
and
You
this
can't
over.
turn it in.
No, you can't. No. Although
You
people try,
you
they try.
can't turn it in. Even if you go and get the outside fix, you still got all of the inside, right? So
Absolutely.
and another thing, like we didn't talk about the coffee, but I just want to say I used to have migraines really bad, right? And I also have no more because I said I'm not claiming it no more. I have I had anxiety,
Mm-hmm.
and not an anxiety of really like tripping out on things, but tripping out on my house. OCD,
Mm-hmm.
real
Oh,
bad.
wow. Wow. Wow.
Like
Wow.
not even like some bad, like bad bad.
Yes.
Okay? But I'm a lot different now. But my coffee actually helped me to chill, like really overall peace. I'm not a coffee drinker. I know my uncle tell me you messing up the CBD coffee because I put my creamer. Although I got better, I do use the cream like you
I
told me
like the
to.
zero creamer. I like the zero sugar
Zero,
creamer.
yep.
Yes.
But I
Yes.
do
Yes.
mess it up with the caramel. But I try not to put that much. But my uncle say, you are messing up a good black coffee. Why are you putting all that stuff in there? But I have to because I'm really not a coffee drinker. So I had to do what I do to, to get it down. But guess what? I can drink it with the creamer now or without the creamer now. If I find myself having a really bad migraine, I would just drink a straight cup of black coffee.
It
And I'm
works.
telling y'all, within 2 to 3 minutes, it
Yes.
be
Before you
gone.
finish it, before you finish it. That's what my mom used
Yes.
to say when my mom drank this coffee, and she said, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even finish the cup of coffee, and my headache's gone." But that is the CBD in here, and so let's say CBD first of all is different from THC, and there is no THC in this product, so there's no high feeling, and it doesn't even make you sleepy. It is calming. It goes into 5 different pain pathways, so that's why it helps with pain. And there is medical literature about CBD studying migraines in particular, but headaches,
Ooh.
anxiety, depression as something that actually helps people. So it gives you a calm without making you drowsy and going to sleep. Okay. And that's really really good. The other thing is that we have other stuff in our coffee, right? So we have the shaga mushroom. Man, I have a new team member, and he was like, "Don't, it has shaga mushroom in it." He was crazy about that because he realized the value of shaga mushroom. He's actually in Jamaica, so they use the plants out there. Your mom, the grandmothers used to send them go out to the bush and get whatever, bring it back in. We're gonna boil it down, right? So, but the shaga mushroom actually has a lot of anti-inflammatory effect, like super super powerful, super powerful. And so that makes you feel better because the migraine is also rooted in that. But the CBD balances. Oh, here you're gonna hear me. You're gonna think I have stock in serotonin, but serotonin is actually produced in your body. It balances your serotonin, so that's how come it's actually helping with headache, calming anxiety, with the anxiety, because remember that's your happy neurotransmitter. So that makes you feel
Wow.
better. That's what those medications are supposed to be doing. I'm not telling anybody to stop taking your medication because I don't know your situation, and mental health is a serious serious matter, but this can actually be used alongside, so that maybe you take lesser medicine, or maybe you have one medicine that you had 2 medicines and you got to take one, like, so it can do different things. It just depends on you. So please don't go and say Dr. Nicole said, because I did not say it, because we're going to say we make no claims of medical cure, treatment, or diagnosis. All right, so I am a doctor, I am not your doctor. So all right. So my doctor friends will take care of you. That if you're truthful with them, they can take care of you and they can help you. And maybe you want to share the Caprice the coffee with them, so that they can help other people. All right. So, but this really really powerful. So there's science behind this. And so I wasn't a coffee drinker either, at all. I drink this every night. Um, and it's very helpful to sleep as well, for the same reason. It is balancing out your serotonin. Your serotonin is involved in your sleep. And so I wasn't a bad sleeper. I just could sleep better with this.
Oh,
and
yes.
I wake up nice and clear, so there's no fuzziness going on. You're not feeling groggy, and that can tend to happen with medications, or even when you take melatonin, which at one time that was the only thing I could offer somebody for helping them with sleep that would actually work.
Oh,
But
wow.
this hands down. And I also have, so we didn't get, and we're probably not going to be able to talk about it in detail, but all of our products, because this is probably one of my most frequent questions, are the products good for people that have diabetes? Absolutely. Absolutely. I have a whole family that had diabetes, like almost 11 of them in the family. Um, and there were probably about 5 of them that had diabetes. They were trying to get their hemoglobin A1C under control. This was the only thing that they changed, was that they started taking the Valet 30. One called me just like a few weeks ago. He said, I have to tell you. I have to tell you because my numbers like cut in half. Like people have big numbers, 10, 12, whatever. That's not where you want your hemoglobin A1C to go. But so the other products, there are things in here. There are things in the flare also that help diabetics, and that's the vitamin D. Vitamin D is extremely important to everyone, but especially if you have a chronic illness such as diabetes or any type of insulin resistant thing. The vitamin D that you get is important to your body. And then ladies and men, vitamin D is also a pro-hormone. You heard me say pro-hormone. Pro meaning before, right? So this goes into forming the other hormones. So it's extremely important that your vitamin D is normal. So 95% of what you need daily of vitamin D is.
Wow. Dr. Brownwell, let me ask you this because my dad he's always concerned, and I think he's watching this morning so he can hear from you. He has high blood pressure. He's only on like 10 milligrams. So his doctor said that he could possibly even get off if he started doing the right things, eating the right things, and exercising. But he's so concerned about taking the flare. And I'm like, you can totally take the flare.
Yes, absolutely. There's something most people don't notice it, but there's something called vanadium that's actually in here. It's probably on your periodic table. You remember
Oh.
you learned that in 7th grade. Well, that is actually something that helps normal sugar level. All right. Plus, we have more vitamin D in the flare. This is the old
Mm-hmm.
box. Yeah, it
Mm-hmm.
comes in a bottle, but I can see all my ingredients clearly here. So that's really, really important. So you get super great help here. Not only that, but we've got the natural appetite control in the flare. So if losing a few pounds or leveling out your weight or decreasing, fat burning, we've got chromium in here. Chromium helps with the fat burning, and it also helps your insulin function optimally.
Mm.
That's what you need so that you can break down whatever sugars properly. So you need your insulin. So
Wow.
that's what happens in diabetes, that you either are less sensitive to the amount of insulin that your body is producing, and so it has to produce more trying to do the same job it used to do a few years ago. If you make your insulin function better, then things are actually going to go better in your sugar control. So absolutely safe in hypertension, because the guarana, that's where the energy comes from. But because it comes from a plant leaf source, you don't get the caffeine side effects, even though it's more powerful than caffeine just by itself. So it's 4 times more powerful than caffeine by itself, but without those side effects. So I think that's probably what he's worried about, because actually high blood pressure actually is a heart issue. It's
Yeah.
a heart and blood vessel issue. And so taking these products is going to help you, because you got magnesium in here that's going to help with your blood flow,
Mm-hmm.
and it helps with blood flow in other areas of the body, gentlemen
Oh,
and
okay.
ladies. Okay. And then we've got amino acids in here, L-arginine, also very important to blood flow. And
That's
I'm
why I hear Dr. Gray say the flare will take you there.
anywhere you want to go.
say something about it oxygenate your blood. What does that mean?
So you need oxygen in your cells. Your cells need oxygen. Blood cells need oxygen in order to live. Otherwise, they'll be kind of inadequate. They'll be wrong shape. They might be too small. So it's bringing oxygen into the cell through the membrane of the cell. I don't know if y'all remember seventh grade, because I think that's where we learn that stuff, mitochondria and all of that. So you have
Mm-hmm.
things going in and you have things going out. But if your cell isn't functioning properly, then it's not going to get the oxygen that keeps it alive and vibrant. And so those things move oxygen around you. You need oxygen throughout your entire body, and that's
So this
also
will help somebody with sickle cell.
uh, yeah, circulation, right? So again, increasing blood flow, and so yes, you want that. Again, it's a good support, and they need B vitamins. Their blood cells are low. A lot of times, you may not increase their blood cells a lot, but what it can do is make the blood cells that they have more efficient, right? And
Mm.
so, if you can work with less and work better, then why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you support your body in that way? Um, so, yeah, I mean, those things are not that simplistic, but you get the
Yeah.
point. You need to
So this
create
is a
the right
support
foundation.
system.
Yes. But it's a strong support system because you're putting everything into balance, and then your body can do what it needs to do if it has what it's supposed to have.
A support system for your body and your wallet. This
Oh,
is
what?
purse money. I
Yes.
bag these up. This is 10. I got 10 teas in here, y'all. I sell 10 of these for $40. I go to Tava, all things Tava, and I go ahead and I get this little printout right here. It's called a Tava fact sheet, and it got all about the Vasia tea. And then you got 10 sachets in here, and then I got a little card in there with my name on there, and I sell this just like this for 10 for $40. I sell my flare 25, and I only sell samples. I don't we lost Dr. Brownwell. Oh, there she is.
Here I
Awesome. So I
am.
only sell them in a sample form because I want you to try the product for a few days, and then I want you to become my customer for 90 days.
Right.
I want, because once you get on these products for a straight 90 days, your body is going to talk to you. I told y'all that earlier because my body talks to me. My body wakes me up and say, go get coffee, go get flair, take your valet shot. After I eat dinner in the evening, my body say, okay, it's time to detox. So I'm listening to my body, Dr. Brownwell. I'm
That's
listening to my
awesome.
body.
You need to. And the thing is that you become more in tune, because as you feel better, then you start recognizing that, and then you want to know, well, why do I feel better? And so absolutely, you all should ask us questions. You should find out information. And but if you're a distributor, you don't have to know all the answers. And everybody doesn't have to call me. So we have all of that information. We have Tava University. There are videos that tell you. There's my video that's out there, 4-minute video, that gives a lot of information on the products. And so, that's what you let do the talking for you. Don't overwhelm somebody with a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Give them what they need, and pay attention to what they need. So if they're asking you about energy, then maybe you only talk to them about the flare and the valet, because once you get them taking this and they feel better, now they're going to listen to you about the Basia detox tea and the Caprice coffee. All
Mhm.
right, so that's that's
Mhm.
that's business, but you have to be a good listener. You have to listen. And so somebody's telling your story, they're pouring their heart out, like how Krishan was doing in the beginning. If you don't listen to that and you're just waiting to say what you have to say because your soul think that you're going to have this sale, then you're gonna lose that, and you're gonna lose your opportunity to help someone. And that's really the place that yes, we're making money. Don't make no qualms about it. This is a business, and yes, we want to make money, but the reason why we're able to make money is because these things work and they actually help people.
Facts. Amen. That is so good. Also, Dr. Brownwell, someone put in here and said, since I've been on these products, I've had a um lighter menstrual flow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Again,
Why? Why?
it's all about balance. A lot of times that can be out of balance because your blood cells are not right. Your blood vessels are not functioning properly. When you have the problem with fibroids, some people may not know, but fibroids actually take on their own blood supply. They actually form what we call collateral blood vessels, and they start doing their own thing. So
Mhm.
if your body's already out of balance and now you got this foreign thing trying to do its own thing,
Mhm.
then that's gonna, but now you're creating that balance. So remember I talked about vitamin D, the
Mhm.
prohormone. Now your hormones are coming to level. And what people typically don't know too is that insulin is also a hormone.
Mm.
So if you have diabetes, if you have other conditions, if you have thyroid issues, that's all in the line of hormones. No, they don't. They kind of root off from one place and they go out to where they belong with different steps. But one being off is probably the rest being off. And definitely, if your vitamin D is low or deficient, then they're going to be off. So you need to
Mm.
put your body in balance. People chase their hormones. They're like, oh, my doctor didn't check the hormones and whatever. Yeah, but is the rest of your body in balance? Your basic nutrients, are you getting those? And
Mm.
and we all know that most of us are not eating them. So this can help you get started and then
Yeah.
keep track. Because then once you start feeling better and your body's right, you don't want to stop this. 90 days is just so you can compute in your brain that, yeah, I feel a whole lot better than I did 90 days ago or 2 weeks ago or whatever. But that means you continue. And then
Yeah.
you can work with your doctor. If you're doing better, your numbers are better, you're going in, now your blood pressure's been normal for X amount of time, then talk to your doctor about, hey, what goes on with this medication? Can we pull it back a little bit and see what happens? If I keep taking,
Mm.
if I keep taking, as Mr. Fleming says, if you keep doing, if you keep saying, if you keep hearing good stuff, right? On the mindset stuff, but that is a mindset thing.
Yeah.
Mindset shouldn't be I take this for a short period of time, I feel better, now I'm going to stop it. That's not the right mindset.
Yeah.
Your mindset should be you start it, you feel better, you keep feeling better, you keep taking.
Yeah, like that's why I kind of push the Valet 30 and the Flare, because this is something that you have to have this every, like for me in my household, I have to have it every day. And my husband, he actually had gotten COVID. But after COVID, he couldn't really get his energy like
Mm-hmm.
back up. And so I kept telling him, you need to take a Flare. You need to take a Flare. He took one Flare one day, Dr. Bramwell. We be fighting. I have to hide my bottle of Flare now. Like, I'm like, get this. He already fell in love with the Valet 30, but I'm like, you need to add that to your smart ship. Like, don't be coming over here in my
Yeah,
side of the bathroom. I looked at I had to order me another bottle. I'm like, I know I haven't went through a bottle of Flair and it's been like 2 weeks. So he absolutely loves the Flair now. And he
yeah,
said it gives him mental clarity. It makes him alert. He's a sergeant. He works for the Detroit Fire Department. And he has to really be alert. And he has to be quick. And he has to be quick on his feet at work. And now he's like, I know I love the Valet 30. I'm like, it took you 2 years. I told you the Flair was all of that. But
right.
sometimes for our men, I buy him vitamins. I used to buy him all types of stuff. And it would sit in the medicine
Mindset.
cabinet. It
Yeah,
was like he wouldn't be into it. And the only reason why he know that he need vitamins, it was so much easier for him to take the liquid vitamin, because when he get up to go get his breakfast in the morning, he could just take that shot and go. So that as a man, that was easy for him. It
hmm,
wasn't until he needed Flair that
that's the
he
point.
fell in love with it. So
You meet
I'm just here to encourage everybody, like, this
meet people
Flair,
where they are.
look, get your customers on these two products. And this is training too. I know we got visitors here and we welcome you, but they need this every 30 days.
Yes. Yes.
This is a customer. You put them in through your back office as a customer. And anyway, we should start getting more familiar with getting customers and building customers in our organizations, because
Yes.
now to hit the first three ranks,
You
you have
need
to have so many customers. So if you're going for supervisors starting September 1st, you have to have two active customers. So you need to get them on a valet 30 and a flare. And what's cool about this packet right here, this is a $99 packet for the 30-day supply of valet and the 30-day supply of flare.
Yeah,
It's only $99.
you can do
So
that.
you can
Yep.
do that. You can do
Yep.
that.
Yep. The flare is definitely. I just talked to a customer of mine, and that's what she did. She said, I got to get two more flare, because two more bottles of flare. My daughter, she has her own bottle, but for some reason the bottle downstairs was decreasing. I didn't understand, and then I had a bottle in my room, and mine was decreasing in my room. I don't understand. She says, I need more. I thought we were better off than we were. So yes, the daughter was definitely taking, and that's the thing. That's a teenager, so
Oh
they know that
yeah.
it helps them, and it helps them. It can help teenage athletes too. It can help athletes in general, and also in your with a personal trainer. I know we're going to run out of time soon, but the amino acids support you in exercise, so you can actually recover faster. I've done some pretty hard stuff like that, and your muscles do not like how like they used to. For the they the flare helps you recover, because you've got those amino acids to feed your muscles during and after exercise. Definitely take your flare. That can help you perform better about not hurting, and you can still do a pretty hard workout and still come out feeling pretty. You'll know that you worked out, but it won't be like painful and you can't walk. All right. That's
Yes, yes, yes.
yes.
That's good. I think we got one more minute. So for this 1 minute, when I work out, y'all, here's a tip. I love to drink my coffee after I work out, because for some reason it do not make my bones sore. Is that the
See?
CBD again?
See? And the shaga. Yep, that
And the
inflammation.
shaga.
Yep, got it all undercover. Oh,
Wow.
oh, hey there, Jenny. Jenny from JA, Jamaica.
Hey, Jenny from Jamaica. We are on our way.
Right? Right? Yes.
I can go
Yeah.
to Florida, and the Florida flights from Florida to Jamaica don't be that much. So I could stop, pick up Dr. Bramwell, and we're on our way.
Oh, here, Dr. Cheryl was talking about the teenagers drinking the energy drinks, and which are not good for your heart. The flare is way safer, and it works. And I'll let her tell her own story about that. And
Oh,
it
wow.
won't make them sick. So Dr. Cheryl is a pediatrician in Valdosta, Georgia, so she knows this, and she's got these products all up and down her practice.
Yeah.
So that is amazing. So using them and teenagers don't eat properly. So guess what?
So the Valet 30 and the Flare.
And the flare. Take care of your kids. Take
And
care of your
kids
kids.
actually love it. Like I look at Jennifer's granddaughter who's 2 years old, my
Mm-hmm.
niece who's 4 years old. They come in and they actually ask like juice, juice, and we're like, it's not juice. You can't drink this all day. But when you
Mm-mm.
start them off young like that, they don't know what tastes good and what tastes nasty. So they are like, my niece loves her mini flare packets. Like she come in, she like TT. I'm sorry, valet, TT, valet, valet. And I'm
Mhm.
like, she drinking like a little juicy juice. And
Yeah,
I love that, because I know that she's getting the vitamins that she need. And my sister said now that they're back in school, she performs in school as a preschooler. Her teacher's like, she is amazing.
she's clear. That's that
She's clear.
guarana, boy. And just having things in better balance. They're healthy. You don't have your nutrients in proper order. So yeah, little kids. I don't know about the flare so much, but teenagers for sure can use the flare, and that will help you with your mental clarity. But just having better balance of your nutrients are going to help you. Remember, the B complex vitamins help your brain, your nerves, and everything fire the way that they're supposed to.
Mm.
And someone had a question, Facebook user, they were begging for us to answer the question, so we're going to answer it really, really quick. So hormonal acne, first of all, you got to use the detox on a regular basis. You have to have some regular regimen of detoxing each month, so that you're clearing out the toxins, because remember, we're getting bombarded with toxins daily, daily. So you need to work out a schedule that helps you keep up with that. Although you do not need to, nor would I recommend that you use the detox every day. All right, the senna in it shouldn't be taking it more than 14 days in a row. But that being said, lots of ways around that. Okay, it can be taken every other day so that you don't do that. So that would be the first thing, and then keep taking that Valet 30, so that you got the right balance going in, to combat that whole hormonal thing, because that's the vitamin D. And remember, in the flare, there's also more vitamin D. And oh, we didn't talk about collagen. Really, really quick. It's 12 o'clock.
Go ahead.
Collagen, you got the A, C, and E. Those go so that your body can make its own collagen. So that has to do with your skin as well. And then remember, we have zinc also in the Valet 30. All those things related to your skin are important to get, that acne kind of under control. And
Wow.
definitely check with your doctor to make sure nothing's out of balance. So I want to make sure that I say that, but at the same time, let's keep putting the good stuff in and doing the frequency that you need to with the Basia Detox Tea to detox.
Wow. So Valet has all of that plus the 300% biotin?
Yes, the 300% biotin, making all that hair happen. You know what? And I don't want to really comb my hair every day, but people don't see my hair is like out to here. So I'm looking in the mirror when I take my hair out, and it's like way out. So yeah, that Valet 30 is crazy, crazy with that 300% biotin. So I think we got to close up shop. If you all
Yes.
want part two, hey, send to support@tavalifestyle.com and tell
Yes.
them you want a part two.
Yes.
And we'll see about accommodating that. But we thank everybody for your attention. Man, Krishan, that was great. I
That
loved
was
it.
fun.
And
Yeah.
you definitely had a lot that folks need to hear and use. So you guys can, hey, let's hit it. And I can't wait for conference.
Can't wait
Conference
for conference.
21st and 22nd of October. I'm coming in a day or two earlier, like a day and a half early, because I'm coming in late that Wednesday night. But hey, let's hit it. Let's do this. Let's see some supervisors. We got some more supervisors to make it before conference on October 21st. See you guys.
See you guys. Come with me. With Tava, no place is too far to go. We can take you around the world. Whoop, bees, come with me. Hey, y'all, see you later.
Later.